How cool is that? As time goes on, the things that are unnecessary, even in the present time, not unnecessary, but the things that like aren't essential for development or evolution, like I'm not so mind blown all the time because I'm getting in control of myself again. And I go to the prison to do my delivery, which I'm pulling out of right now. And the awesome thing is there's this one guy that I've only seen one time in 3 years. He's a sub driver for Finish Line Express, a trucking company that brings like freight, like a lot of stuff. And he was standing in there, he's standing against the wall, sort of with his back of his head like leaned against the wall kind of thing. Just standing there, real tall guy, like 7 foot, like literally 7 foot, gray beard, glasses. Didn't ask him his name because there was like guys in suits and ties there, like walking around I've never seen before, like with clipboards and stuff. Must be doing some kind of thing with the prison. But nevertheless, I still had this conversation with them, with their people there, because something just stuck out, you know, something just felt different. He was standing there with his head against the wall. I walked by, he's like, so, like in the new truck? So he just asked me about my new truck and blah, blah, blah. And somehow it ended up where he was telling me about, you know, I myself, you know, haven't watched much about nature and stuff like that. So it was like God's reflection of God telling me what the next part was. Like on my, like I want to write down how everything happened, but I don't know where water and stuff came from. I just know that it's been there, and I can't sense it through eyes. You know, there's no eyes to really understand or talk to a pterodactyl or something. You know what I mean? So there's like a big blank period of time through where vibration and senses aren't enough, because now it starts being into life spirits. But he like told me the whole story of how basically, I mean, I already knew that like lava was sort of like star blood, I guess you could say, like star blood. So therefore, earth and dirt mixed with like being eaten and pooped back out and mixed around and getting more fertile with like the worms and stuff like that. But before then, you'd say like all the volcanic, for millions of years, volcanoes erupted, causing enough carbon dioxide to go up into the sky and causing rain, which rained down upon the little sprouts that were little sprouts that grew to bigger sprouts that caused the vegetation and stuff to start growing, with the soot and all that stuff in the sky and carbon monoxide. And that's where plants started growing, and that's where they used plants to relay the oxygen from plants to people. So it went from a star to some ice forming some of the water, causing more carbon monoxide, making clouds, absorbing more water, to rain down upon the earth, cause plant vegetation to really, really boom and provide the garden, which through its long-term process made all kinds of bugs and animals and mammals and fish and eventually humans. And that's why we're after all those. Another intelligence hasn't been created yet. So if there are aliens, it's because we're going to have to get wiped out in order for them to be there. And if we see aliens, it's them coming back from the past, or coming back from we'd be in their past. The aliens would come from the future, if that makes any sense. But to us, that wouldn't make any sense, because we're living in time, space, and they're not. So anyway, it was really meaningful that I ran into the guy at the prison. It was really, really intense. So I just thought I had to include that.